Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Stacy. It has recently come to my attention. I looked it up and I noticed that I've had this channel for a year now. I started this channel April 9th of last year, so yay, I'm super excited. But anyway, I thought it would be fun to do a tag video for my 1-year anniversary, and so I just looked up Christian tags, of which there are not many. But I was pleasantly surprised to see that there is a Christian Girl book tag that was created several years ago by Melanie. If you haven't seen her videos, you should definitely go watch her because I think she's like the OG in the Christian book world. She's been doing this for a long time, so that's super cool. And if you're new to like Christian books, definitely check out everybody's videos for that tag because it was going around a couple years ago and a lot of people did it and they have really great recommendations. I've been like watching all of them. So anyway, enough rambling, let's get into the tag. The first one is pick a book that inspired you in your walk with God or your faith with Jesus. And Melanie also added in Bible verses to go along with each one of your book picks. I'm gonna put all of this information down below so you can check out all the verses. But for this one, I chose God's Smuggler by Brother Andrew. I read this probably about a year ago, so as around the time that I was starting this channel, and it is about a man, I want to say during World War II-ish, and he traveled to communist countries and smuggled Bibles in. And I just found his story to be so incredibly inspirational, and it made me want to be a better person and do more. So yeah, I love that book, highly recommended it. I do want to add in that Melanie did say to pick books that are fiction, not nonfiction. All of my other books are fiction. This one is nonfiction, but it is written like fiction. So there you go. The second one is a book that shows an ultimate sacrifice for someone else. For this, I picked the entire Mark of the Lion trilogy. Every one of those books is full of that kind of storyline, those kinds of characters. The main characters in those books just, it's all about sacrifice. It's all about giving of yourself to others. And those books also make me want to be a better Christian and to do more for others, so they could be inspirational as well. They are inspirational. I'm sorry if you can hear peeping in the background, but I have 9 baby chicks like right over there in the corner, and they're like super loud at the moment. They're super loud most of the time. They rarely sleep, but when they get going, man, it's maddening. So I'm sorry about that. The third one is pick a book with your favorite love story in it. And for this, I chose A Light on the Hill by Connellan Cosette. This is the first book in the Cities of Refuge series, which is biblical Christian fiction. It's one of the very first Christian fiction books that I read when I became a Christian. And so it just had a huge impact on me. I was really blown away with how well biblical fiction is done. I kind of thought it would be cheesy, and it was not cheesy at all. I was so absorbed in this story. I was completely sucked in. It is one of my favorite love stories of all time. Next one is a book with an epic good versus evil battle. For that, I'm picking The Two Towers from the Lord of the Rings trilogy. That's the second book. And there's a scene in it between Gandalf and the bad wizard. Salmon, what's his name? I cannot remember his name. But it's the good wizard versus the bad wizard, and the bad wizard is up in a tower and the good wizard is down below, and he's like yelling at the bad wizard, and it's phenomenal. It was the first part of the books that I was like, yeah, I can totally see like the Bible in this. I can totally see how this is a Christian allegory because of that one particular scene. So yeah, I thought it was the perfect good versus evil battle. Next is a book that has prayer or Bible reading in it as an essential or major element of the story. For that one, I'm going with When Calls the Heart. That's the first book from the Canadian West series by Janet Oak, or Jeanette Oak. I'm not really sure how you say that. Honestly, the first 3 or 4 books, I've read the first 3 or 4, all of them are full of faith and Bible reading. The main character finds herself in some really tough situations, and she always turns to prayer, always turns to the Bible. In one of the books, she actually is helping, I want to say Native American, but she's Canadian. A Native Canadian, is that how you say it? I don't know. She's helping another woman like learn to read and learn to read the Bible specifically. So yeah, those books are full of faith and super good. The next one is a book that personally changed you or has persecution for one's faith in it. That is one that I read recently called Safely Home by Randy Alcorn. That one is about Christian persecution in China. Blew me away. I cried several times in that book. You have to read it. You just have to read it. Next one is a book where the main character is different from everyone else or stands out or separates themselves apart. For that, I picked Land of Silence by Tessa Afshar. This is another biblical fiction book. And this one, the main character is the woman who has the bleeding disease in the Gospels, and she's the one who touches Jesus's garment, his clothing, and is healed. It's her story. Talk about crying. Talk about crying. But anyway, because of her disease or her bleeding, she had to be isolated and completely separated from everyone else because in those days she was considered unclean. It's the saddest thing. But she keeps herself away for years, and but she keeps the faith and she keeps trying, and it's so good. Anyway, those were all the questions. If you haven't done this tag, please do. Or if you did this tag, if you were one of the original people who did this tag like a few years ago, do it again, because I'm sure you would have different picks now versus then. And I love this tag. It's like one of my favorite tags. Good job, Melanie. So anyway, that is all I've got for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see y'all soon. Bye.